Hey there, Key in this Key Creative Studio, Master Drawing Japan. I want to talk a little bit about the torso today. Um, when dealing with the torso, basically, like we're dealing like these two volumes, right? And there are a lot of ways like to get around, demonstrating that. One way of doing that is like this kind of this flower sack kind of shape, which like you have like an animation, which is very useful actually, but particularly if you're just like learning how to draw, you can use this flower sack, as a tool to help like establish like the upper part of the body and like the lower part of the body, and it's been very useful for me. All right. Sometimes when you're drawing the torso, there are things to be considered in terms of like like when it's twisting, or if it's like stretching, or should I say um well turning over to one side, like creating like a pinch or a squash, like like how do we show that, right? So essentially, when you have like the torso, and like you have like this upper part, right? um what you're gonna get, the relationship is like the oops, oh my god, excuse me, yo, what you're gonna get is the squash and stretch relationship, right? So you have like this one part, like one side of the body, which is going to be like stretching, and then like you have like the other part of the body, which is going to like contract inwards, right? So that's kind of like a universal rule in terms of like complements, right? Which is like, yeah, if one side is going to be stretching, somewhere on the other side, the complement is going to have to exist, and you have like this squash coming in like that. And you notice like what creates the sensation of the squash is this overlap, right? This overlapping of like the upper part and the lower part. It's really that simple, right? Um, Now the other thing is that when we draw a flour sack, rice bag, or a bean kind of thing, okay. Um, there are other things to consider, um, which is like the anatomy of things. So while like this is useful for like understanding like the upper part and like the lower part, there are other things we have to consider, like for example, like the the anatomy of like the rib cage, right? And and also like the anatomy of like the pelvis, right? So like how does that work, right? How can we show that in a more realistic way? Because the truth is, because our we don't our bodies don't exactly look like that, but again, using this is a good way to um, to start off, or at least to help us, to help our understanding of like what's happening with the with the torso, right? Okay, so for example, let's say I had like a figure like this. Okay, maybe he's twisting in space, right? see like the hips will be here, and then actually let me change that. Chest is here like that. Okay. When I draw a figure, you know, there's certain landmarks that I always lock onto, which is like the pit of the neck, the clavicle or the collarbone, the sternum, okay, and we know it's like the 10th ribs here. You know, the last part of the ribs that are actually like connecting to the rib cage, right? The other ones are is the iliac crest of the pelvis, which is just here, right? Okay. So when you have like this relationship, right, we're starting to get the sensation of like one side that is like stretching like this, and then the sensation of another side, you know, that's kind of like that's pinching inwards like that. Okay. Put this like that. Okay. Let me illustrate this a little bit better so you can get an idea of like maybe somebody really like, you know, throwing their body off to like one side. Okay. Okay, hope you guys can see that, right? And you know, maybe you know the oops. There we go. Okay. Maybe a leg is coming out this way, right? Okay. So anyway, you know, I hope you can see, like here's like, you know, the pelvis area, which is going off this way, right? But then like you have the other part, which is turning off this way, right? Right. So I don't know, maybe he's punching somebody or something like that. Okay. All right. I'll Marvel Comics or something like that. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you know, but this, you know, this, yeah, this, you know, twisting relationship, it is like, you know, you want to be able like to get your head around, you know, if you're going to be drawing the torso, right? You know, maybe if I just have him just twisting to, I'm sorry, like standing like on one foot to one side, right? Okay. Again, pit of the neck, clavicle, sternum. Okay. Iliac crest. Okay. So, and then I'll put a head here like that. Okay. So again, you know, you see like the stretch here on this side, and then like you see like the pinch on this side. All right. So this is the whole thing in terms of like, you know, like understanding um, squash and stretch, right? Okay. All right. So actually, what I'm gonna do, um, I'll take this a little bit further, and I will maybe I'll show you guys like another way of like showing like the body twisting, but like maybe with some clothing on, because that's a good way to like understand like, you know, like where like the twists are. Okay. All right. So for example, let's say I have a person um, sitting down like this. Okay. Put the leg here like that. Okay. So torso. Okay. Lower part of the hip, or the pelvis, I should say. Okay. I have my gesture here for the leg, right? So that I'll put my volumes on top of that. Okay. Okay. Um, Arm is here, right? So again, add my volumes like this. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Um, we have that going there. And let's say the 10th rib is here. Okay. All right. Okay. So um, so when it comes, so we see like we can get a sort of a sense that, you know, this part of the body is like is twisting around this way, right? Like that, like twisting away from us, right? So let's imagine, you know, this person is wearing some clothing or something like that, right? So if they were like wearing like maybe it's a dress or something like that, right? A dress and a blouse, right? So obviously from the areas like where you have like the most tension, like the corners here, you know, that's where you know you're gonna see you're gonna see like these pinchings and these stretchings and things like that, right? Right. From like the armpit going out to the arm here, and then from the lower part like stretching into the part the blouse, right? And then some of it actually might be even like going around like this. And then let's say like for the dress, again, you know, if I know like the pelvis is here, it will be kind of be, I'm sorry, not the, well, it's not just the pelvis, but also like the waist part actually. it'll be stretching off and away like that. Okay. And maybe some of it is coming off like that. Okay. All right. Okay. If you guys can see that. Let me erase some of these lines so just to make it a little bit easier to see. Okay. Put a collar here like that. The areas, you know, where you have like a 90-degree angle, you have like what is known as like the half lock, right? Okay. Okay. Let me fix this leg here. And you know what? Let me change that a little bit. Put that down like that. I'll put that around like that. Okay. So what I'm getting at is, you know, if you can see these rhythms here that I have, you know, a lot of it is like it's following. A lot of it's following the nature of what the figure's gesture is doing, right? You know, this part again is twisting around this way, so you have these things going like that, then you have these energies coming out over this way. Okay. Okay. Oops. Do this a little bit better. All right. I don't want this to go on too long. I just wanted to give you like the general idea of how, you know, you can show like twisting in the body with the torso. Okay. I guess I should humanize it a little bit. Give some kind of a face here or something like that. Okay, just for appeal's sake. Okay. Here. Okay. All right, just for whatever's sake here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop here, and I will come back later with another one. Okay. All right. See you guys later. Bye.